Last time out on the network, I began the recovery from my efficiency drive by extending my main freight line south from Holtwhistle to Hale. This will help recover things financially. However, there are still lessons to be learned on the network. Our freight trains have shocking capacity, carrying way too much on each train. Let's fix that once and for all, with more trains carrying more cargo, making more money. It's time for some ultimate optimization. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. Welcome back to Holtwhistle, the home of all things optimization. We are going today to try and get things working a lot smoother here on the network, trying to make things basically be less crap, for want of a better term. There's a lot of things I've noticed in the last few episodes. First of all, the money is starting to dry up again. I did, again, small confession time, I did run the game briefly on medium difficulty this time. I switched it to medium rather than easy, just to build up some funds, and now I've switched it back to hard mode again. I can't remember if I had it in very hard before, but it's in hard now. So this money will start to deteriorate over time, although it did boost up again at one point, and then it dropped again. But today we're going to try and get this here higher. That's the plan. So I was looking at ways to optimize things, make more money, make things better, and I'd noticed a few things. First of all, I mean, that's a good amount of sand being carried there. I'm very happy with that. 95 out of 100 capacity is sand, which is going, I assume, to be taken over to Rugeley, which will be very nice. There's a lot of sand here as well, waiting to be transported. So I'm hoping, he says, constantly checking these things, I'm hoping this... Nope, you're the stone one. You must have so much stone, yeah. So we need to get... Oh, you're marble, actually. Sorry, we need to get stone over here. That's the thing. This line here, this is a good candidate, actually, for the beginning of optimization, because the first thing I want to do is take all of these vehicles and upgrade them, because they're too slow. So we're going to go for this one. Boom. And then we're also going to double up on them. And now our frequency has dropped to 55, and we're going to get more sand over here, more construction materials back. Less so on the marble. I'm less fussed about the marble, although the speed could be an issue because the trucks will get held up by the horses. We'll come back and revisit that. The one I really want to look at, and I've been looking at doing this one for many episodes now, is this line here. This is actually going to be the precursor for something that I want to do across the entire network. So brace yourself, because you're about to see some radical changes being made here. This line starts at the... actually, technically it starts over here at Holtwhistle, comes down to the sawmill, turns the logs into planks, brings the planks back down to here. It's very good. It's very functional. However, it could be better. I'm going to... First of all, I'm going to stop panning around here because I'm getting motion sickness. Never mind you guys. Next thing I'm going to do is delete all of this track here. I'm going to rebuild a little bit of railway here. Let's do... back to there. There we are. Next thing I'm going to do is extend... this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's quite expensive, that. Oops. Would have if I put the track in as well, wouldn't it? It's quite expensive, but I feel like this is going to be worth it. Next thing I'm going to do is put a second track on this side, which again seems excessive, but I promise you it's worth it. We do have a really lovely looking cliff there now, so we're going to do something about that in a second as well. Primarily though, the first thing I want to do is connect this back up over here. No, I do not want a tunnel. Thank you very much. That track didn't look right then, but it is. Definitely is the correct one. Right, you're going to go to here. And then you are going to go to there, which does have a little bit of a slow curve at the end, but that's also fine. We're going to put a crossover there and here. Oops. Yep. Nice, nice. We'll put the signal back in just a second. We're also going to put these signals in. Right, there we go. Now I need to put a home signal, I think it is. Again, I need to look up the difference between a home signal and a starter signal. A starter signal is at the end of a station platform. I'm pretty certain about that. And a home signal, I think, guides you into a platform. Pretty certain that's the terminology. I am also now going to quickly redo this road just to make it less like it's hanging on for dear life on the edge there. No, that looks horrendous. There we go. So it's the same basic shape, but it's further away, I think, from the station below. Maybe I'll put a fence or something along there at some point. I don't know. Right, next thing. Grab the line here. First thing we're going to do is rename you. You are now Lumber Halt Whistle. We're also going to pin you. We're going to change this to Run Around Train, and then we're going to change the entire line anyway. Because the first thing you're going to do now is start all the way down here at Hale. You are then going to skip Knutsford. You are going to stop at Halt Whistle. From Halt Whistle, you're going to come up here to the sawmill. Then you're going to come back down to here again. Lovely stuff. So, first of all, at Hale. We'll bring you in on track 4, but we'll have all of the others as the backup, as we do. In terms of this, I guess 60, 60, 60, 60 is fine. Like so. Here, you are loading planks, logs, sorry, and you are unloading planks. Because I believe... oh, no. Well, we're going to have that set up anyway, because why not? Yeah, actually, why not, why not, why not? There is somewhere I thought where planks were needed. I know they're needed over here, but I thought there was somewhere down here. It's the fact we've got this goods factory, and I thought they accepted planks, but they don't. There is steel down here, so maybe that's something in the future. Anyway, Halt Whistle. You are unloading and loading logs. We'll do the platforms, actually, while we're over here at Halt Whistle. So, coming in on 7 is fine. And then we'll do 8 and 6, maybe, as backups. Here, this is fine. Obviously, here you are unloading logs and you are loading planks. And then at Halt Whistle again, we will do 6 this time with 5 and 7. You are unloading planks and loading planks. Now all of these, of course, have to be set up accordingly. Why is the thing at the top still red? That's my question right now. Nothing's wrong here. What's going on? Oh, that might fix itself when I unpause. Yeah. Alrighty. Next on the agenda. So you are technically Hale now to Halt Whistle. Hale to Halt Whistle. So we've asked it to pick up logs from Hale, but we haven't yet. What am I doing? Should we have an Armstrong still? I think we can get away with it. Let's have a look. Sorry, we've asked it to pick up logs from Hale, but we don't yet have logs going to Hale. But we're about to fix that as well. As I said, this is now all about efficiency. So we want this because it can carry logs and it can carry planks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 28, I guess. set this back to any. Oh, we got we got toads now. Oh, that's awesome. Right, hang on. Need to change this. So first of all, get rid of that one. Add this. We're going to flip. That's the wrong button. Flip that. Then we're going to move it down to this end. We're then obviously going to put the loco in front of that. But we are actually going to get rid of the loco again. And we're going to replace it with a Dean, which is still poor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 176 capacity. 257 meters. It's going to cost 5.9 million. And that's not including the second one that I've just bought. Alrighty. So that's step 1 complete. Step 2 is going to be coming down here to hail. We have this, which is a forest. Has a, yep, 600. I think that's a mod that does that. So if anyone's interested in knowing how I've got my industry so big, it's a mod. I can't remember which one. But we're going to pop you here. We are actually going to expand you as well. And we're going to pop one of these. In fact, can I fit? Yeah. I'm going to put one of you there. So if I recall, yeah, that's pretty big. It's quite a load. We're then going to set up a route. Let's use this type of street for this. So we want this road here to follow towards the railway and then curve like that. So we're not going to use the main road anymore. Nice. We're then going to set you up like so and like so. Why are you called bus tram station? I have no idea. And you are just here for logs. You're not doing anything else. Which seems a bit wasteful, admittedly, but I'm pretty certain this is worth it. And you are logs. Hail. Nice. We are then going to buy some vehicles for this line. And because we can, we're going to get these, because they can carry 16 per vehicle. We're going to get 10 of you, and we're going to stick you on this line here. Now if I unpause you, consumers, Holt Whistle Sawmill, and look, Gates, Nailsworth, Gateshead, Rugeley. Yeah, this train's going to be awesome once it gets going. The problem now is this is going to fill up fast. So we need to do something about that. But this is the first of the dedicated trains that we're now going to run on the network. The next thing I wanted to look at, before I talk more about dedicated trains, is this line here. Can we now decommission this line? I think the answer is yes and no. So where does it start? It starts down here. Yeah, and it picks up the logs. It takes those logs all the way over to here, which is what the train is now doing. So in that respect, yes, we can decommission that. It then comes back down here and drops off the planks, if I recall. Yep, again, the trains now cover that. From here, it then comes back down to here and picks up grain. That grain is then brought over to here and turned into plastic, and that plastic is then brought back down here, turned into goods, and then those goods are brought back to hail. Now, in terms of all of this, we can decommission the line. I'm pretty certain we can just... I'm not even going to send these to a depot. I'm just going to sell them. We made no money there at all. It's embarrassing how little money we made back from that. You are now hail 1. You are now hail 2. And you are now hail 3. Which is good. Alrighty. So now we need to find this line here, which I think is this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So you bring coal down to here, which is fine. You then come up here and pick up goods by the looks of it. So what's this? Stop number 3. Yeah, I don't know what you're picking up goods and plastic, which I don't want to do anymore. So this line here I think is going to get a reboot as well. And I think what we're going to do, because there's a forest there, we could bring wood back up to here, but then we're going to end up with a train absolutely full of, well, there's going to be a station here absolutely full of wood. So we don't want to do that either. What's interesting is goods are picked up here, dropped off here, and then loaded onto a train as well as taken into town. So I think what I want to do is keep the coal, come in between 1 and 2, and then down here we could load up with steel, and then that steel can be brought up to here, then goods get picked up and brought to here, but then it's still running empty all the way up to there unless we move to this coal mine instead. But then this one is literally connected to the dock, that's why we do it. Yeah. It's also the fact we want to get plastic down here, which is what this would be. Pick up plastic, bring it down, and then bring it back. Right, let's stick to this plan. So here now, you are unloading the coal, you are loading steel. And then at number 3, here, you are unloading the steel, and you are only picking up goods. You are then taking those goods to Hale, where you're dropping them off, and you're not loading up anything else at that point. And then Halt Whistle, you no longer go to Halt Whistle. Alrighty. That one's sorted. Frequency of 5 minutes there, which is actually pretty good. This line, what do you do? So you start off over here. So I think you're picking up right, you're picking up stone, and then you take it to Abingdon where it gets turned into construction materials. So let's just set this up. Yeah, and then you're picking up construction materials. From there you're going up to Knutsford. Yeah, where you're dropping those construction materials off. Then you still go up to Halt Whistle. Now, what do you go up to Halt Whistle for? So here we can turn that off. And then at Halt Whistle, I guess you're picking up construction materials. Oh, you're picking up goods. Okay. Yeah, because you accept goods. Alright, let's take out this second Knutsford. At Halt Whistle now, you unload construction materials. And you load up. You can load up on goods as well, I suppose. Actually, no. The train does that. You're going to load up on plastic, and you're going to load up on steel. And we'll say 50% each. And then you're going to bring those down to Hale, where you're going to unload plastic and unload steel. I feel like I've done this wrong as well. And then at Woodstock, which is all the way down here, yeah, you're going to bring goods, right? Yeah. So are you loading up on goods here? Yes. Okay. So that's something. And then you literally pop across here and you start all over again. That's fine. This line here, this plastic one, Because we need to get goods from here back over to... So at Hale here, are you loading goods? Oh, you're loading goods. Hang on, yeah, you're loading goods, and then you're dropping them off. Oh, okay. So yeah, together these two lines can combine. So if I've done this right now, steel and plastic is getting brought from here down to here on a boat. Just going to check that. The Godalming one is going to disappear now because that's this one. But Hale is still there, Blackburn is still there, and Wisbeach Steel Mill is still there. And in fact, Wisbeach Chemical Plant just appeared. So that's good. We need more steel brought down to here. And also, what line are you? You must be this Wisbeach one, right? Yes. Ah, yes. So this steel needs to be brought down to here now, correct? So what do you do? What does this line do? What are you, number 3? You're dropping off silver bars. So we actually need a line. So let's do the coal one, because it's right here. So, first of all, we're going to change your name. So you're technically Wisbeach, you said, yeah? Wisbeach. So you are next. Wisbeach. We'll put a 1, even though probably doesn't need it. But we'll do it anyway. So here, you are picking up coal. You are dropping off steel. Here, you are dropping off coal and you are picking up steel. We can then upgrade these vehicles to these. It's another 2.4 mil. Likewise, this line, we can upgrade you as well. It's another 2.2 mil. But the frequency now, 43 seconds on that one, and on this one, it's 8 seconds, which is awesome. You gotta love it. Get this upgraded. I can do that one, can't do the other one. That's slightly frustrating. Almost tempted to actually move this entirely further up, but never mind. This one can also be upgraded. Is there an iron ore line I saw coming into here? Yes. Oh yeah, from here, of course. Because you're using the same road, I am also going to upgrade you to keep everything running at a good speed. Okie dokie. We've still got plastic from here getting brought over to here. That's good. What line are you? So you're all basically contained within this area. Grain from here over to here. Plastic down to there. Iron ore over to here. That's pretty fine, I would say. And then steel from there is getting brought over to here. I'm actually tempted to change this line as well. Just to have grain, plastic down here and then nothing brought back. Because as good as this looks, we are picking up steel from here now. Although, where does that go? Hang on. Where? What? Hale Goods Factory, right? This one. This line? No. This line? No. How does the steel get over this line? Number 2. Yeah, you load steel, and then your next stop... Oh, because there's waypoints involved as well. Of course there is. Yeah. Okay, so you bring the steel over to here. Where do you start? Are you the one doing silver bars as well? Oh, man. That's a bit of a problem. You're also bringing coal from here all the way over to here, which we don't need anymore. So that bit we can actually remove entirely. You're also bringing, I guess, goods into Burton, which we also don't need. Wisbeach 2. Yeah, these are the things, like, it's not losing us a huge amount of money, but I think it is still losing us money, so it's a candidate to go. And it's just, look how many vehicles we've got. Look how long this list is. It's just not worth it, right? So it's worth unpicking all of this. So Burton to Wisbeach, we can get rid of all of that. Really what we need, in fact, this line doesn't go here at all. That's a different line. I think we can just scrap this line. We've got coal coming in from here up to here. The steel is then getting brought back and then taken by boat now up to here. The plastic's coming in from the north by boat. So technically this one can be gotten rid of as well. But yeah, I think we can scrap this. Also, we have slag now being created here. Was that always the case? Maybe we bring slag back too. And then we can stick that on a train. But then we're starting to fall foul of the rules again. So yeah, I might as well talk about these dedicated trains whilst I'm doing this. First thing I'm definitely doing is getting rid of stops 1 and 2 on this line. Because we do not need them anymore. So Hale Holt is over here. And then that's a waypoint. And then North Street is in Burton. So yeah, we just don't need this line anymore. So we're going to get rid of it. Nice. So you are now Burton upon Trent 2. This line, the silver line, we do still need. And I think it is just a simple, yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I don't think there's anything here that's getting dropped off that we need to bring back up. Although you are bringing something back. What are you bringing? What's the fourth thing you're bringing back? Oh, you're loading goods. Did I know that? Have I messed up on that one? Number 2. Yes, you're no longer doing... In fact, you were never doing goods. This one. Stop 1. Loading silver. Unloading goods. And then at Holt Whistle. Unloading silver. Unloading goods. No, actually, you can still exist as you are. It's a bit of a trek up to Burton, but this is actually a more optimal route, I would say. And then you, I think we can also get rid of. Although, where are you now getting? So you're getting iron ore from here up to this. Just checking the suppliers here still. So you've got 2 coal mines, 2 iron ore mines. Although one of these coal mines is now, this one, is now going to disappear. But this one should rise to compensate for that. So it should be the same. If we decommission this one, what's your output? 600. And yeah, only 190 odd is being transported. So I think we do that. I think we remove this line as well. Because you're still getting plastic from elsewhere on the map. You will get steel from further north too. Do we have the the flatbed train here? Either of them, in fact. Do you unload steel? Yes, you do. So it should start, and we do have steel directly on boat as well, and there is steel waiting here now. So it's happening. Do you have a surplus? Oh, you've got a surplus of coal, so you need more iron ore, which is what this is going to achieve. I'm really tempted actually to switch you over to traction engines, because you can carry twice as much. So again, the line probably isn't going to be very profitable in this instance, which I've been saying all the time is the aim of this, but the fact that we can carry so much more, that's going to be huge. Because this right now, yeah, if you look, when this traction engine here arrives, it's going to load up on 16 instead of 8. That's going to be a pain though. Yeah, you slow down a lot coming out of there. So what I'm going to do to compensate for that is build new, whoops, build a new street out this way. So I'm assuming this line here is going to readjust. Yep, and that is a much more gradual slope. And I'm hoping a full vehicle. It is still slowing down. It's that end bit. But it is going... Yeah, it got to 7. Whereas coming up here, it got to 6. So I think this is actually a lot better. Did I remove that long line in the end? I can't remember. No, I didn't. See, here I want still this plastic to get transported down there. But I don't want the iron ore anymore. So 1, 2 and 3 can all stay. Everything after that I want gone. So we're going to do... Hopefully that will go by itself. No. Who knew removing stops would be so difficult? There we go. And then, yeah, here you are just going to unload the plastic and move on. Here you're unloading grain and picking up plastic, and here you're just picking up grain. You're not doing anything else. Whoops. Did not mean to pause the game there. This could be a dedicated line in the future. I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. Eventually I think we're going to have trains sort of taking care of a fair amount of this as well. So yeah, is there a reason why this isn't upgrading? Are we just not bringing enough over? Something else I want to do with these is make them truly one way now. Which we can do like that, and then we don't have to worry about waypoints and stuff anymore. There we go. Same thing over here with this one, although this isn't actually being used right now, so I'm just going to remove it entirely. Should make that little bit there look nicer. Cool. So this is quite busy, but in a good way. Yeah, you're climbing uphill, so I think you're constantly going to be struggling. This is not efficient. I think the way to solve this is to rebuild this entirely. Which is also going to cause some problems, but what we're going to do is... build a new road along like this, and we'll have it flat. Yep. Then we're going to build this next to it. Make it a length of 20, and we'll build it like so. And then we're going to configure it. So we're going to remove this. Entrance. Exit. And we're going to add more platforms to it. We'll do 4. Like so. This line, we're going to make it at Wiz Beach Annex access everything. And we'll make platform, let's say 4 actually. There we go. And then this one, we're going to make, 3, the main one. And then we're going to do that. Nice. Get this street and curve it in. Like that. And then this side, if I can just do this actually. That's fine. Do I need any other buildings here? I don't think I do. And actually, for this, what I could do as well is... what kind of slope is that? Oh, it's horrendous. No. I think we need all of the slope we can get here. But this should sort itself out now. There's quite a queue, mind, so I've made a bit of a mess there. Right, yeah, sorry, dedicated trains. That's the main thing I was talking about here. So what I mean by dedicated trains is, right now we've got like this van train, set of van trains between Scarborough and Hale. That's quite a journey, and it's carrying lots of different things. And if I was to select this, scroll down, so this flatbed train, look, it's carrying logs, silver bars, planks, and construction materials. That's a lot of stuff. I want to start breaking it up a little bit more. So there'll be a train, for example, that carries... this is where it gets tricky, see? Because slag here gets turned into construction materials. The flatbed is the most difficult one, because you've got planks and steel get brought over here, but machines aren't carried on flatbeds, they're carried in vans. So you can't do a straight swap. Same over here, silver bars and tools and steel gets brought in, machines can't be carried on flatbeds. This is where the idea falls apart slightly. Where it works really well is what we did here with the wood. So we've now got wood. Actually, did I check? Where is it? Hale. Do we have wood being brought over here now? Yes, just very slowly. Where are you going? Oh, you're using this road as well. Okay. I guess that's fine. Just checking, you're not being used by anything now. No. So we're going to remove you. Which means that road, that route is going to reconfigure slightly. But look, this route's making money. If I was to look here as well, which routes are making us the least money? Sure enough, it's our industrial trains. The lumber one isn't making us anything yet, but I think that's partially because it's still... Yeah. So you're about to... Oh no, you haven't even reached Knutsford yet. Oh, that's annoying. Where's the other one? My guess is... You're over here somewhere. Maybe. No. Where is the other train? No, that's the first one. Where's the second one? Oh, you're directly behind it. Well, that's not ideal, is it? Right, hang on. Trains. I need LU. U. So at Holt Whistle, here, you're going to unbunch 10 minutes. Then at Hale, you're going to unbunch 10 minutes. And I'm hoping... Your frequency's 11, yeah. So, when you get to the sawmill, all the way over here, you're going to sort yourself out. For now, though, this train, I want to see how much money it makes when it gets to Holt Whistle. Again, I'm just keeping an eye on things as we're doing this. Excuse me, frog in the throat. So yeah, I want dedicated trains, which means looking a lot more at things like the flatbeds and saying what makes construction materials and can we carry those individually. And in terms of the flatbed train that runs cross country here, I think it's actually somewhat achievable to split it up a little bit more because we've got steel and planks carried in both directions. So trains might run empty for a bit in certain journeys, but eventually they'll get somewhere like this where they'll pick up their dedicated stuff again. And then for the construction materials train, we have construction materials coming in at both ends as well. You see there's construction materials waiting here, there's construction materials waiting here. There's also marble waiting here. So the marble can then get brought down to here, and if we did have stone come in eventually, we'll have more construction materials that can then be picked up and brought down to here. So actually the cross-country line is a very good candidate for testing this out. Silver bars can also be carried on that construction materials train, I think. And then steel and planks. Maybe planks would be their own dedicated train, because there are quite a lot of planks. Not just the one currently talking to you. So yeah, this one, this line here, there's 63 planks right now waiting to go up, but that's going to increase with this new lumber train. So I think that's our solution. That's what we're going to do. What that means is more of these cargoes can be transported, which means more stuff can be produced, more money can be made. That's the overall objective of all of this. If it works, obviously. The other thing is this train here, it is loading up on stuff, but there aren't any planks right now waiting to be transported. Whereas if you imagine shortly, this train's going to arrive back with its 200 odd or whatever it is of planks, and suddenly there's going to be an absolute boatload of planks waiting to be transported. Hopefully to the goods factory. How much money are you going to make me when you arrive here? 390,000. That's actually okay. That means not many logs were unloaded, which means the majority of these are actually going to the sawmill here. And I did just look, 349 from Hale. There are others that are coming in as well. And actually I said about lumber train, this lumber train, we can have a second lumber train shuttling between Holt Whistle and Toaster, because look, there's logs and there's planks. And at this end, there are logs and there are planks. So we can do that. We can basically clone this train again and put it on a new line running up and down here, because at Nailsworth there are logs and there's also planks, and at Rugeley those logs get dropped off and turned into paper, and those planks get dropped off and turned into machines. That's really tempting to actually start doing that. So I think we're going to create another lumber line. So up here, this, and then over to Rugeley, and then to Toaster. Now at Toaster, I think we're going to loop around in this direction. So before Toaster, coming out of Rugeley, we've got to make sure we go via this signal. I think that's the best way of doing it. Find out in a second. So over here then, at Holt Whistle, excuse me, choking. This is so emotional doing all of this. Completely ripping out my network and basically starting again. We're going to do this, and you are loading up on logs and planks, and you are also unloading logs and planks. At Nailsworth, first of all, the head shunt, you are coming in on track 1, and you are doing this. Nailsworth itself, you can go 1, 2, 3 or 4. Let's say, I think 1 actually has no main services using it, so we're going to say that. And here you are also unloading logs and planks, and you are loading logs and planks, so you carry on doing the same thing. Up at Rugeley, you are just unloading logs and planks in both directions. So here, unload logs, unload planks. Then at the head shunt here, I didn't finish this route. That's something else I've done there that's a bit dumb. So after Toaster, you need to come back over here, and then back over here. Well done, genius. Right, back to the matter at hand. Rugeley head shunt here. You are coming in on track 3. I can't remember if I did this on camera or not, but yeah, I rebuilt this with 3 tracks now instead of 2, just to increase efficiency, and I also redid the junctions here a little bit as well, just to try and make it work a little bit better. I feel like I didn't do that on camera, which is silly of me, but yeah, that's what we did. And then here, again, we are loading and unloading logs and planks. I did set that up here at Holt Whistle as well, didn't I? Yeah. Nice. And then at the head shunt again. We are coming in on... Did I do this wrong, actually? 1 second. I did it wrong. Because you're heading out onto the main line. Whoops, this first. So at Rugeley head shunt this time around, yeah, 3 with 2. And again, you are just dropping off logs and planks. Then, all 4 tracks. Then at Nailsworth, back over here. Also at Toaster, any track you have access to, just use. Then at Nailsworth, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're doing the same thing again, loading and unloading planks and logs. And then at the head shunt, first of all, this, and then second of all, you are coming in on 3 with 2 as your backup. And you are lumber. Whoops. Halt, whistle. Whenever I can spell. To Toaster. And we're going to make you brown. There we go. Now, because we've got that set up, we need to come through here and find the flat wagon train. We're going to grab one of the trains off of this, and we're going to reallocate you, whoops, to the new line, just so there's something running on it. Then we're going to come through and we're going to remove logs from this entirely. So you no longer do that. So you're now carrying marble, steel, and construction materials only. You're not carrying oil sand, you're not carrying silver bars. Whoops, you do need lumber here and construction materials and marble. So yeah, oil sand here is being carried on this train, and I don't think I want that. If I just pause you for a second. Yeah, I thought the hopper train... Yeah, the hopper train's supposed to be carrying oil sand. So I don't want oil sand on this side anymore either. So at Nailsworth, no more lumber. No more oil sand. No more planks. In fact, to be honest, you probably don't even need to stop here anymore, do you? Because Nailsworth doesn't accept anything on the flatbed wagon. So we're going to remove Nailsworth entirely. So this train's now going to run more efficiently, which is nice as well. You still don't believe there's anything on the flatbed? No. So once the autosave's done its thing, there we go. Remove the head shunt. So from Rugeley, you go straight through now to Halt Whistle. Just checking again. Steel, no planks at all. Construction materials, yes, and nothing else. And then at Halt Whistle, no more logs and no more planks, but everything else, yes, and also steel in both directions, loading and unloading. And then Toaster, steel loading and unloading. Technically, oh, you need to load, yeah, you need to load that. Why was that not set up? Silver bars, you're just unloading. So at Halt Whistle here, you are just loading silver bars. I don't think you need to unload because you're not picking up anywhere else. And again, you can now skip Nailsworth. And then at Rugeley, no more logs. You are picking up construction materials. No more planks. You can drop off steel. You drop off silver bars. No more oil sand. Technically, yes, with marble as well, but I don't think you actually have marble anywhere. So don't need to worry too much about that. So yeah, that's the second candidate. Done. So I believe now, that was a bad example to select. Let's select this one. Yep, lumber is now there, and then on this one, oh yeah, there's no more flat wagon there. So over here, for this one, for the flat wagon, construction materials in both directions. Nice. We don't need super speed for this one. What are you? You're the van train. Yeah, you've still got the flat wagons at the back here. What were they for again? I think they were for paper, because nothing else carries paper, and it might even be for alcohol too. Also, just to check over here, yeah, the lumber train has got stuff waiting, which I think we need more trains on, because that is a, yeah, really bad frequency. Let's get this upgraded. So we'll have a Dean Goods. We will have a towed brake van. We'll go with this one. And you also need to be flipped. There we go. And then cargo, this type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's pretty good for a start, I would say. And then we'll stick another one of these on the back. There we are. And then we'll clone you. So it's 19 minutes and then 13 minutes, which I think is probably the best case scenario here. And yeah, we need to get this number up. I think the solution for that is to rebuild Toaster entirely with the mega capacity. But it's also one of the reasons why we're doing this is so that this flat train now, when it comes in, can just load up fully on the marble, because all of that marble is getting taken over here to Rugeley and dropped off. Yeah. So look how much oil sand there is heading to Middlewich. That's awesome. And it's heading in both directions too. Oh no, it's not, sorry. It's heading down to Gateshead and then Middlewich. I'm blind. Toast to the halt whistle. Why are you still showing planks waiting? That needs to switch over. You're not picking up planks at Toaster anymore. That's confusing. Right. So to look at you then, now, yeah. You've got some steel, you've got some marble. Where's the steel going? Flat here. Rugeley. So yeah, it's all heading to Rugeley. Heading over to this, I imagine. Yeah. Did I ever see how much this was making when it arrived? No, I missed it. Actually, have you... Oh, you're coming out of that depot. That's fine. Oh, you're the new one. You're not even the current one. This is the current one. We'll pin you again and we'll give you a little watch. I've got to keep an eye on this now. So a lot of this, I think, is, yeah, investment. Were it not for the investment there, we'd have made money. This was a close call. This one wasn't. We lost money there. So yeah, I've just got to keep an eye on this now. If this train makes a lot of money, I'm going to be very happy. Hopefully we don't go bankrupt during all of this. Also, yeah, this train now only makes... Oh, one more thing. Sorry. We will get to the crux in a second. This new lumber line, I need to add the unbunching. I didn't do the loading on it either, actually. That was dumb. So I need to do that as well quickly. So you were this line. Hot whistle, a toaster. So yeah, 60. 60. We can do the full load any again. It doesn't actually matter when you've got the minimum and maximum set to the same. Oh, Nailsworth head shunt. No, you don't do anything. Nailsworth goods yard is the one where we set it like so. And then Rugeley goods yard. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't do this earlier. Actually, this would have been a smart thing to have done earlier in the series. And it's probably one of the reasons why things have stagnated a little bit in terms of making money. why I'm constantly having to fiddle with the difficulty. But I guess that's what happens when you don't pay attention properly. Rugeley Goods Yard, 60. I'm also surprised actually people haven't pointed this out in the comments, that I was missing out on opportunities. We also have tons of horse-drawn wagons everywhere on the network still. I kind of wish there was a mod that would automatically upgrade them for you, but I imagine that would cost an absolute fortune for the company money, and might not necessarily be a popular thing amongst players. It would save me some trouble though, that's for sure. Right, get this passenger train out of the way. There we go. So we've got 90 logs about to be dropped off, and the train behind, you've got nothing on board, so you're going to lose money a lot before you start making it, which is less than ideal. Love this embankment here as well. I'm actually tempted to turn that into a bridge. We'll see about that. Where train? Here, train. Train arriving now. So this is going to unload lots of logs, and it's going to load up on lots of planks, because these should get turned over pretty quickly, I imagine. 1.6 million. That's very nice indeed. And yeah, look, it's all coming through. It's all getting turned. Are there any other forests nearby? So there's another sawmill there, and there's another sawmill there. So this is where I'm like, where are all the forests? That's the nearest one still, and that's now being dealt with by train. And then that sawmill technically is utilised as well. Is this being supplied by hail? It is. Not a huge amount though, which is actually a good thing. That means the majority of the stuff is actually coming from hail, is going up to Holtwhistle, which is exactly what we want. 336. If I come and check this, yep. 224 logs now waiting on a line with a 14-minute frequency, and if we add a third train to that, it's only going to get better. This needs a third track, I feel, or at least it needs extending, so I can't actually do that. So we'll do this, and we'll do this. So now we can fit 2 traction engines per platform. What's wrong with you? That'd be weird. Go away. Stupid thing. And then yeah, look, we got loads of fuel, we got loads of goods waiting to be picked up. So it's just a matter of time. Do we have more tankers? I don't think we have tanker wagons fast enough. These are limited to 31 miles an hour, which is really not ideal. Kind of tempted to see how much this makes as well. So it's half full right now of oil. And that was on 60 a minute ago, wasn't it? So that's gone up. I think that's okay as well. That was on 68, 69, something like that. This train screeches to a halt. Yeah, 1 million. That's really nice. And you're about to fill up with fuel. That's really nice. Cool. So this should start helping things out a little bit more then. And this line here, if we set up another dedicated... Tell you what, that's the last thing we're going to do in this episode, is set up one more dedicated lumber line. And that's going to travel up and down from Scarborough through Cockerhead. I mean, look how much... Yeah, we need to get a dedicated lumber train on this. Then we can skip out Stafford entirely, which I don't think this one does. No, it stops. I think because you drop off construction materials, if I'm correct. And then that will come down to here as well. And I guess terminate. So let's do that quickly. So I might start this one up at Scarborough, because I feel like we've got more capacity at Scarborough. Maybe not. It depends how big we make this train, and to be honest, I want to make it full size. So 1, 3, and 5. Whoops. 3 and 5. And I'm also going to set these up as I go. Otherwise I'll forget. So here, you are only dealing in lumber products. And then down to Cockerhead, where... Let's say you come in on track 2. And then you're going to have 1 and 3 there. Do this, do this. I keep telling myself, stop making episodes over an hour long. And by the looks of it, I'm about to have another episode that's over an hour long. Because I just get addicted. I cannot stop playing this game. Which is a real testament to the game and its developers. They've done a great job. Transport Fever 3, if they learn from the mistakes made by other developers, Transport Fever 3 is going to be awesome. I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's have you coming in on track 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. I'm just looking at this because this platform has basically nothing on it. So if it loads up with wood and stuff, then it's not going to be a massive problem. That's my thinking. And we're going to do that. We're going to set this to a minute in each direction. There we go. And then back to Cockerhead again. I'm tempted on this one just to have lots of small trains running quickly. But I don't think that's the best idea. It's probably a really dumb idea to do it like that. It's just the fact we've got 3,000 here to clear. That's going to take forever. This is also the only line, I think, where we are actually picking up and dropping off the exact same thing at each and every station. Which is awesome. So you are lumber, Scarborough to Halt Whistle. And again, I've got me T's and L's the wrong way around. There we go. Scarborough to Halt Whistle. So the next thing is we're going to go here and we're going to select... Where's the line? Does it need vehicles running on it first? Oh, because it's technically not actually... It doesn't know it's a train line yet, I don't think. Although it should. Here. Nope. Well, that's very wrong. Alright, let's get trains running first and then we'll know. So I believe here you can reach these platforms. Oh, one more thing. We'll get a train running first actually and then we'll worry about that. So this, again, I think we're going to need a Dean rather than an Armstrong. I also forgot to set it to run around the other one. So I'll come back and do that in a minute. Swing you round. There we go. Cargo. Down to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh. So that seems to be the limit. 250 meters, although it's going to get a little bit longer in just a second. Because I'm going to... No, not that. I'm going to slap one of these on the back as well. 257 meters, and we're going to get 3 of these for 26 million. Oh, that's a lot of money. But it should be worth it. And then here, need to turn off lumber. I don't even know what this is doing, loading up all that stuff. Where's Scarborough? Wait, you're the wrong line. It's not you, it's Hot Whistle Scarborough, this one. So at Hot Whistle, you no longer load anything to do with that. Do you load steel? Do you need steel up here? Don't think you actually do anywhere, which is also interesting. We have an entire corner of the map here that doesn't need steel. Yeah, that's weird. The first place that needs steel then is down in Uckfield, I think. Whoa, look at this. That's insane. Also, actually, steel is needed over here. So maybe from there, down and back. Possibly. We'll load steel up anyway, we'll say. Just because. Silver bars, I mean all this other unload stuff I don't think we need. We'll double check that in a second. Stafford. No more planks. Why were you unloading planks at Stafford anyway? There's nothing over here. There's that goods factory, but it doesn't need it. So I think it's just construction materials getting unloaded here at Stafford. And then at Cockerhead, no more planks, no more logs. So again, just construction material. Whoops. Just construction materials. Yeah, nothing else. So this flatbed train is not going to make us a huge amount of money right now. Oh, there's steel. So yeah, we do need steel up here. So it's a good thing I selected that, actually. And then, yeah, Scarborough. No more logs. We are unloading steel. We're also going to load steel. And no more planks. So it's just construction materials and steel. And then at Cockerhead, no more logs, no more planks. So it's just construction materials. And then we're missing Stafford on the way back. In fact, if we're not... We don't need to... Oh no, we do need to stop at Stafford. Of course we do. I've literally just said that because of the construction materials. But we do need to stop on the way back down as well then. For the same reason. Unless we just stop in one direction. No, I kind of want to stop in both directions if we're going to do that. Even though it's going to make my life a lot more difficult. So this, that and that. Need to find the tab which is there, and it is number 1 with 2, and then here go into any, and again you are just dropping off construction materials. Then we have Halt Whistle where we are unloading steel and picking up more construction materials, and then at Knutsford, yeah, just more construction materials. Alrighty. These should all be set up. I think the only one I need to change now is this. And this Stafford one as well. Which I guess we'll make it sit for 60 seconds still. But it does feel excessive. And then this should all be set up already. Okay. Let's come out of that. Let's see what happens over here now. It should have all swapped over to the other line. Yeah. Yeah, it's all transferring over. So these lumber trains running 11 minutes apart, which I still need to do the timetables for. These better be good. These better make me lots of money. Otherwise we are in deep trouble. Deep trouble. 10 minutes, there we go. And then this other flatbed line, the Halt Whistle to Scarborough one. Yeah, you don't need to unbunch. Halt Whistle and Scarborough are the only two places you need to unbunch. Everywhere else, don't worry about it. Okie dokie. And yeah, we just dropped those planks off here. We're up to positive money there as well. And now I'm going to stop spending for a little bit. Mainly because it's the end of this episode, and also because I want to make sure that this actually all works before I commit to anything else. So these new trains are going to come out over to here. They should fill up with stuff. Although over here, I think you're just an undropping, I was about to say. I think you're just a dropping off station mainly, and it's this bit here where it starts to matter a little bit more. And then you should no longer be carrying that stuff. So the problem now is, how do I get that stuff off the train? I thought it did it by itself, but I guess not. No. I don't particularly want to buy new vehicles just to get rid of stuff that shouldn't be on this vehicle to begin with. That's going to be a problem, I feel. But we'll sort that out some other time. Right now, though, I am going to wrap up this video. I'm just going to check this as well to make sure, yep, you are still being supplied. planks and steel. You should still be supplied by planks. Yep. The fact that we've got so many planks waiting, and yet this doesn't correlate. I don't think this adds up anywhere near to 800. So that's interesting. Also, this line isn't going to know what's hit it momentarily when this actually all kicks in. Yeah. It's not going to have a clue. That'll be fun to explore as well. What happens when a train with like 300 logs suddenly drops off? And even over here. Does this know what it's going to do when it all arrives? Probably not. It's going to be fun too. But doing this, we've now basically opened the door for these flat wagon trains across the cross country and up to Scarborough. They can now carry more construction materials, more silver bars, more steel. They don't have to worry, oh, and marble. They don't have to worry anymore about carrying logs and planks. That is all done on dedicated trains. Eventually, we're going to get other dedicated trains as well. As I said though, it's a little bit trickier because goods, the composite materials that go into making goods, plastic can be carried in a van and paper can be carried in a van. So that could be a dedicated train as well across the cross country. But silver bars and planks are carried by flat wagons. Forgot every word in the English language again then. So we could just have a dedicated goods train that shuttles back and forth, but neither of these towns accept goods, so that's not great. Similar thing with food. The stuff that goes into making food, alcohol can be transported in vans, but the grain can't. So it's really difficult to come up with these logistic lines, but hopefully we've got some now set up that will actually work. Also, this road I hate, going down under that bridge. I kind of want to change that. Maybe I should have made an up and over, sorry, instead of a down and under. I don't know. I'm going to wrap up this video here. I've talked a lot. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hopefully this all works. Fingers crossed it does. If it does, great. If it doesn't, uh-oh. What are you waiting for? Oh, you need a dedicated platform, I think. I think I might just put an extra track over here just for this train to shuttle back and forth. I'm going to do that off camera. I'm not going to do that now. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying this series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.